Okay, guys, so I want to review one more type of compound with you, and I would highly recommend deciding, which of these am I seeing on the test or the quiz, and possibly doing these last because sometimes people get prefix happy where they want to use these prefixes on everything. So we're talking about covalent compounds, and covalent compounds are always going to be two nonmetals. And those nonmetals on the periodic table, I don't have mine here, but you know how there's that staircase? It's just these few elements over here, and also hydrogen, but not if hydrogen comes first, then it's an acid. So I would recommend that you go and decide, nitrogen and oxygen, they're both over here on the periodic table. So this is covalent. Sodium and bromine. Sodium's over here, so nope, that's a metal. Silicon and oxygen are both on the right side. So I'm just going to highlight. So these are my covalents that I'm going to do right now. But you can see that some of these ionics kind of look like a covalent because they are just two elements. They're just binary, but that's where I think if you decide ahead of time, these are my covalents. This is when I'm going to use these prefixes and only when I'm going to do that. So now when we do the actual naming, this is the first element is not a metal, but its name is not going to get changed other than if there's more than one, I do use a prefix. And then the oxygen, just like in an ionic compound, is going to change to oxide. So the difference is that I'm going to now tell you in the name that I have two of those oxygens. Two is di. Similarly, this one is just silicon. I don't change the name. And then dioxide. So the prefix is telling me how many of that element I have. So this one here, I'm going to want a prefix and then phosphorus. And notice I'm not changing the ending. And then I'm going to put a prefix and then brom. And that one I do change the ending. So my prefix, I have two phosphorus. So this one's going to be di for two. And then I have four of the bromines. So I'm going to put tetra. This one here, sulfur. So we don't use mono when it's one of the first. If there was just one fluorine, then we would have called this sulfur monofluoride, but there's six. Six is hexa, so we're going to say hexa fluoride. Here we go. We get to use mono on the second one. So dinitrogen, there's two of the nitrogens. There's one sulfur and it's not the first element. So I get to use mono and then sulf and then ide ending. So they're all going to have the ide ending. They're all going to have prefixes in front of them telling you how many, except for when you have one of the first element only. So let's do a couple more. So again, I recommend that you highlight. So we're looking just for covalence, so two nonmetals. This one looks like sulfite over here. It's not. It does not have a charge, so we're going to name that one like any other covalent compound. So some of these ionics kind of look covalent, so beware. You have to look for two things that are on the right side of the stairs. So I think we just have those. So then naming. So this one, sulfur. And then three oxygens is tri-oxide. Here we have boron, tri-fluoride. fluoride. And then down here, diphosphorus. And then 5 is on my sheet, penta oxide. Sometimes we drop that A and just go pentoxide, but we won't be that picky. So let's keep going. Now we're going to go the other direction. When we have the name of a covalent compound, they're going to have the prefixes in them. So again, let's highlight the ones that are covalent. So acid, acid, ionic, there's one. Ionic, acid, acid, there's another one. There's one. Anytime you see the prefixes, then you know that it is a covalent compound. So then, no crisscrossing. So dinitrogen literally means 2 nitrogens. Pent oxide means pent is 5 oxygens. So no crisscrossing. You aren't thinking about what group they're in and what charge they have because they don't have a charge. Here we go, dihydrogen. So 2 hydrogens, monoxide. So 1 oxygen. And there's good old water. Trisulfur, monochloride, selenium, no mono on the first, but we know it's only 1, monoxide.